Hi, my name is Joonas Laajanen and I'm from Finland.
Hello, I'm Deborah Laajanen, and I am originally from the Philippines.
I grew up in various charismatic circles and it was implanted in me from very early age that the Bible is true, God exists, Jesus saves, but it had no reality in my practical living or in my values or in what I loved. I loved sin, I was slave to my sin, and I never heard the gospel in a clear, directed manner towards me until such time when I heard a sermon by Paul Washer and I repented of my sins, put my faith in Christ Jesus, received his righteousness by faith alone. And ever since then, I have a love for scriptures, love for the truth, love for the good theology and expository preaching and reaching out so lost people and seeing them saved and see healthy churches planted that preach the truth and offer a shelter in this world that is so dark right now.
Yep. My conversion story is quite the same. I grew up in a Christian family. My mother is really faithful. She brought us to church, but all of those things are just head knowledge to me until such time when a lady from the church shared the gospel to my classmate. She spoke of sin, hell, Jesus Christ, and it was I who was convicted of my sins and my need for Jesus Christ. And from that day on, everything changed. My view of the scriptures, my prayer life, and burden and passion for the salvation of the souls. And so my brother and I and my family, we were so much engaged in discipleship, Bible study, and outreaches until such time when I met Joonas, we got engaged, we got married, and then I moved to Finland. It's quite a different culture, different place, and it's difficult, but the Lord is giving us love for Finnish people.
So Finland is a nation of 5.5 million people. It's a vast land area, but very few people compared to, for example, Philippines, which has the same land mass, but Philippines has well over 100 million people living there. And that might also explain why we are very individualistic. We're not very family centered. I, for example, moved to live by myself when I was just turning 16. We like our own space. We don't necessarily even greet other people on the street. And that makes it very challenging to teach the people that we are called to live in a covenant community and to be discipled and to be known by our love for each other and a sacrificial uh, love for other people than just ourselves. And that's what we are trying to do in Finland is to plant the first Presbyterian church ever in Finland. Finland is a product of Lutheranism very much. So the two main branches of the Reformation were Reformed branch and then Lutheran branch. And Lutheranism came to Finland very early on. And most of the people would belong to the Lutheran State Church, which is really liberal and does not preach the gospel in any meaningful sense. And after that, we would have around 50,000 Pentecostals and around 20,000 other charismatic people. There are only a handful of Reformed Baptist churches, and as I said, no existing Presbyterian churches. And we are seeking to plant the first one in this very challenging country. And for that, we would need prayer requests and
Yes.
prayers.
Yes, our first prayer request would be that the Lord will give us fruitfulness and that the Lord would call his elect to his fold, to the local church, and that he would give us the fruits of our labor for him.
We would also like to ask your prayers for that we would have love for souls. We need more love in this challenging environment. Also because the devil and his minions hate this work. The world hates this work. That we would be kept from any sin that would disqualify us or discredit this work. We need perseverance in sanctification and in humility and in trust in Christ and his Spirit alone.
Third would be that we would be able to reach the international community and the Filipino community in Lahti, and that I would be able to learn the language because I'm currently trying to do that.
We are very thankful for partnership with EMF and all the people we've met through EMF who committed to praying and to giving, and it's been such a joy and gives us very much energy in our work. And so we want to thank you,
So thank you so much for your gospel partnership.
and God bless you.